Part 3 now in our ongoing series on some of the miracles that happen virtually every day at BC Children's Hospital, and a remarkable young girl who has defied the odds many times over. By the time Sophie Pearce-Harvey was just 10 years old, she'd had 7 heart surgeries, the first one at 2 weeks old. Then she was diagnosed with leukemia. Her oncologist was told there was no way she'd survive cancer treatment, but she did. LYNN COLLIAR has her story.
Let's go, go, go! Let's go!
Sophie Pearce-Harvey is full of energy and loves to play outside.
Oh, nice throw!
Watching her now, you'd never know the challenges she has faced since the moment she was born.
Oh, that one was awesome!
Basically, she told me that Sophie had Down syndrome. And that was a bit of a shock to the system, but I thought, you know, okay, Down syndrome, I can cope with that. And then she told me, well, she has a large hole in her heart and will probably require heart surgery.
At 2 weeks old, she had her first heart surgery. By the time she was 6 months old, Sophie had 3 open heart surgeries. She would have another 2 cardiac operations by the time she was 6 to have a mechanical valve replaced in her heart. It was an overwhelming time for her mother.
I guess you deal with what you're dealt. It's always a shock, but somehow you gather the strength. I mean, you have to. It's your daughter. You're going to stand by. You're going to cope with it.
And more strength would be needed. When Sophie turned 10, she was diagnosed with leukemia. Because of her mechanical valve and the blood thinner she was on, traditional treatments were not an option.
Are they ready for the procedure yet?
Her oncologist could find no other case in the world like Sophie's.
It looks pretty stable. She had had so many cardiac surgeries, really made it a challenge to know what to do from a treatment for leukemia, and we really had to improvise and put our heads together to figure out how to treat her, because in fact a few people said you just can't treat her because she medically won't get through treatment.
In fact, treatment was extremely risky. Each time the chemo was injected, there was a huge risk of bleeding into Sophie's spinal cord, which could result in paralysis or an infection that would be life-threatening. One of the typical drugs used is hard on the heart, so it was taken out of the protocol.
Oh, nice catch!
Sophie was treated for almost 3 years, and everyone heaved a sigh of relief when she got through it.
Nice one!
I'm proud of all the kids I treat, but she's one where I especially feel proud of, just because, you know, I think a lot of people have said you can't get her through that type of treatment. It's so rewarding. It's great. As an oncologist, that's why I do what I do, is for kids like Sophie.
Sophie is now a happy, healthy 13-year-old.
Let's look at the turtles. Can you count them for me?
Integrated into high school. Though she's been nonverbal to this point, relying on sign language for communicating, her teachers say she's even starting to speak.
I can run. The change from September till now is absolutely spectacular. Like, we were doing counting for maybe 2 minutes in September, and now we do a variation of this sometimes for 40 minutes.
Like every mom, Viv has never faltered in her desire for Sophie to have a full and happy life. She hasn't let Sophie's health challenges stop them from experiencing new adventures together, and she looks forward to the future.
My little girl is a fighter, and she has fought from day one. She's just amazing the way she's rebounded from her surgeries and even the resulting infections, and she's just rebounding. And I know she's a fighter, and I know that together we'll accomplish anything.